Good evening and welcome to the Late Night Dragonbrand Show, the super shitty show hosted by super shitty people. The show where we will be interviewing your favorite or most controversial Dragonbrand people with your host, Harvey Brofist. Co-host, Zierra. And, last but not least, Mr. Ian Athena for comedic outburst.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Late Night Dragonbrand. I will be your host Harvey Brofist with my co-host
Sierra.
Comedic outburst by
Ian Athena.
Zemti will be present as a cameraman and producer, 40 Dicks.
Smoke
Our
40
special
dicks.
guest tonight is Pony Pancakes, Dragonbrand's expert at unconventional recruitment. How are you doing this evening, Pony Pancakes?
Oh, well, I'm just actually quite spectacular. Thank you for asking, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much. Yes, yes.
Well, we're glad to have you join us this evening.
Oh, yeah,
So-
me too.
Let's get started here, shall we? So, Mr. Pancakes, can you tell us about what it is that you do on Dragonbrand?
Well, Sierra, that's a really good question, and I don't think I have an answer to that one. Come to think of it, no, I thought of something. Actually, well, let's see. I run around, and occasionally I do things that involve stuff. And, we take keeps with people in a place. I think they call it, what is it? Yeah, Warp's World, yeah. And then, there's things that we do that are, like, really, really, like, awesome. And then after that, there's, like, an after party. Which involves a lot of
Is there cock docking on these events that you do?
Is it role-playing?
Cock dogging? Is that what you said?
Cock docking.
Cock docking. Well, there's actually that's in my hesitations, mostly due to that. There's a little bit here and there. It just depends on who you're talking to, honestly. Cock docking does happen on occasion. There's a little fellatio here and there. It's just
Would you mind, please, giving me the definition of cock-docking?
Cock docking. That's when one man pushes his penis into another man's penis and fucks his foreskin. That's cock docking.
This is not meant to be a gay show, guys.
It's very disturbing. I really didn't need to know that. I guess I should have asked.
See, you know how like a boat, like, goes into a harbor, like to dock, just imagine the boat is like a really engorged and erect penis, and the dock is actually a gaping asshole. And that's more or less the definition.
You seem to know a lot about this stuff, so I'm just going to get to the next part.
So,
to tell us about your World v World experiences.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've actually been. Well, my experiences, right? That's a very significant difference there, my friend. Experiences. Okay. Well, let's see. Where do I begin? Shit. I've been in World vs. World since right around Head Start, honestly, and quite a number of those, if you want to be quite frank. But mostly a lot of running around, and then sometimes there's like these flags that you like, you like just like. I think there's sentries or something. Yeah, some things that you do, and then you just. I don't know, and then there's like these fucking keeps and shit, man, and then sometimes like, dude, I don't know how do I answer that one actually? Come to think of it. Oh my god, I didn't come prepared.
How long have you had your gander tag there, Mr. Pony Pancakes?
I'm also kind of stoned. Oh yeah. Let me think. It's been what? Shit. A few months, I think. I was commanding a long time before actually picking up the tag. I never really expected myself to end up being able to afford it. I spent way too much money on Siege, but at some point my guild got kind of fed up with it and just decided to just pitch in for it. And I think that was back on Darkhaven, before we actually transferred to Dragonbrand in the December, January, I think.
Let me ask you a question. It's a personal question. Do you miss Twinkies?
You know, actually, I was a big fan of deep frying Twinkies. I know that sounds like really, really, really fucking terrible, and I don't know. I mean, I probably don't miss them quite as much as Kim Jong-un does, but I really. Well, if not, not really the Twinkies so much as those little fucking, like, those little cakey things, like, with the little swirly white stuff on them, you know? The little Hostess cakes? I don't fucking know. What are those
The
things called?
ding-dongs?
The ding dongs?
No. They're like,
Ho-ho?
well,
Devil dogs?
I do rather enjoy, ding dongs.
You guys eat a lot of ding dongs in the US?
Well, it really just depends on your sexual preference.
What does sexual preference have to do with eating pastries?
You'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised. I plead the fifth on that one, though.
So, Mr. Rofus, do you have any questions for our guest here?
Yeah, what's your take on snowballs, the pastry? Do you like snowballs, or does the texture bother you?
Well, you know, I'm actually rather fond of the texture. It's actually kind of lifelike. If you, well, I don't know. I mean, if you're used to like sucking off a lot of really hairy men, then it's okay. But you know, I guess I'm kind of the resident expert on things like that. So personally, I'm not really too concerned. I mean, I rather like the coconut. Is that coconut? I'm pretty sure it's coconut.
I believe it is coconut.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty fucking delicious. Like, I don't know. I just really enjoy balls. Snowballs especially. And spherical objects that taste like coconut.
So one of the reasons we have you on today, Pony, as a special guest is because of your guild spams. And I was curious, how effective are your guild spams? They're very entertaining. I just say I joined Wii for a short time because of the entertainment value of those. So yeah, how effective are they?
Well, as far as effectiveness of the actual messages, depends on what you're looking for. I get a lot of hate mail from it, especially if I decide to spam them on reset nights. But generally speaking, we tend to pull in 1 or 2 people a night. They don't always, end up staying. Usually, once we get them into our Mumble server, they'll decide that, hey, this is alright. This ain't too bad, you know. But actually getting them to do that is kind of the hardest part, unfortunately. Yeah, we've had maybe in the past month, maybe about a half dozen, like really solid people that kind of stayed with us, as a result of suddenly recruiting all the time. I'd say they're relatively effective, at least when you're not running around like a big Zerg like other guilds around here do, like BP, NNK, or like anyone that really does like organized kind of stuff like crazy. I mean, we're not like super crazy organized to that point, just because we don't always field like the same kind of numbers as other bigger guilds would. And so a lot of us can tend to split off and do our own thing sometimes. So you don't really get a whole lot of that big in your face kind of presence, like, oh, these guys are here, these guys are fucking everywhere, man, Jesus Christ. Or just like an occasional thing, and you can troll up the chat sometimes. Really, it's really quite riveting.
So, do you receive any hate mail from your well-composed spams?
On occasion. Like I said, mostly just during reset nights, because a lot of people like to keep the chat clear. So I guess there's some kind of rhyme and reason to that, even though it's just most people are using their voice chat anyway. So I personally, and I don't always see where it comes into play too much, but only from really a few individuals here and there that just get really annoyed, and that's gonna happen. Really, it's kind of expected. I kind of figured, and even like some folks in my own guild even like think it's a little goofy, but I mean I think that might more or less be the point. But I don't know. There's actually some legitimate concern that people aren't going to take us quite as seriously. But I have my personal philosophy on running guilds and whatnot is not to take things too seriously. Maybe to the point where you can get things done and everything, but I mean Jesus Christ, it's also a video game too, so you got to kind of think about things like that. I mean, geez.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Now, do you write the guild spams yourself?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, and where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, a lot of really long nights spent in a dark room masturbating to female porn, mostly. And, what else? I think that might actually be the bulk of my inspiration. It's really, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe the cocaine.
thanks, Yara. Thanks for taking my line.
It's all good.
Sorry.
You took mine too.
Y'all are being too damn quiet.
Start moving. Mr. Brofist,
Sure.
have you ever wanted to fuck a plant? I mean, you are a plant.
Is it fruit? Vegetable? We Silvari don't really like fruits too much. Give me a fucking pumpkin. I'm pretty sure that's a vegetable. Fuck shit out of that.
I've been pondering this question for quite a while. If a Silvari male fabs, does salad dressing come out?
I think pollen. But it might be salad dressing.
I think it starts out as more like ranch dressing, but it becomes pollen as age kind of factors in.
Actually, there's a good question, Pony. When you come on late at night and you're in Wilvy World and you spam that really funny stuff that you sometimes spam, how do people respond to that? Do you effectively get rallies around that?
Actually, surprisingly, yeah. Especially like if I'm the only commander on the map, it seems to work out pretty well. For the most part, I'm pretty sure it is. There's usually a little bit of a reply in map chat here and there. Nothing too crazy, but mostly the rallying comes from just typing in caps and being like really, 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 really awesome. Team chat mostly, and also the fact that I'm mostly a cat, and I get that kitty tonic thing, and that's honestly been like the best thing I ever invested my time into. Like for realsies, like I'm like stoked. It's like the best fucking thing ever, and no one else seems to understand that. But quite frankly, like I just fucking love running around being a fucking cat. It's just it really makes me feel dignified, and I think I really gather a lot of respect just from the fact that I'm a fucking cat. And I like cats.
Actually, is one of your characters Banana Pajama or whatever, or is that somebody else?
Let's see, I actually have actually one of everything at the moment. Let's see, there's banana bagel, pajama pudding, broccoli biscuit, pumpkin popsicle, avocado applesauce, pony pancakes, of course, and let's see, cucumber milkshake. Yeah, and they're all usually out and about. I've got commander on a few of them, including this one, but usually I only run around with my thief just because reasons and things and stuff that involves those things.
So, how do you feel about where Dragonbrand is heading in terms of world?
I think that Dragonbrand actually has the potential, like within the next few weeks, as I was saying, to bump up to tier 2 pretty quick, and also maybe depending on the situation on JQ and Blackgate, possibly. God damn it, I moved again. Possibly move up to a tier 1 kind of slot, which is something that I rather look forward to. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen there. It might be kind of crazy. We might get a lot more transfers after that, just because people like moving to the tier 1 servers. I don't know. I can't really anticipate how things will change in tier 1 if we do decide, or do actually end up elevating to that level. But at tier 2 for sure, just because most of those guilds which are coming over are North American based. Although Imperium, I know, is an international guild, and they've got North American presence as well as like a late-night oceanic kind of crew as well. So their presence is almost perpetual. I mean, as far as I know, although I can't admit to having spent like an excessive amount of time with them to say like, exactly from first-hand experience what they're like. But so far though, those people that have come over, I really enjoy working with them, and well, all I can say is I really just hope things work out really well for us. I mean, Dragonbrand's been at it for a while. I mean, I can't really say that I've been with them the whole time. Like I said, we as a guild, win every day. We moved over from Darkhaven back in the middle of winter, and I mean we've been here a few months, obviously, but I know there's plenty of folks that have been here since day one that are really like probably stoked for this kind of shift in rank all of a sudden. So we'll see what happens. I guess I look forward to it though. High hopes. By the way, Ian, regarding your mail, those were your stripper silvers, remember?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, how do you think we're going to do in the next tier? You think we'll fare well?
In tier 2, at least, I can't really predict tier 1 just because it's not a tier I'm familiar with. But in tier 2, I'm pretty sure that, I mean, as long as like those guilds that are purportedly going to be transferring over end up, having like a fairly consistent, at least somewhat stable presence. I mean, our North American prime time especially is what is weakest at the moment. Just because, I mean, like when the night comes around, like North American nighttime rolls around, it's usually NNK will come on and basically just cap everything and hold the entire potential points map for basically until the morning when Yax and Maguma tend to log on. And I mean, in tier 2, like, I don't know, a lot of it just depends on how NNK reacts to those to the sudden opposition with the opposing oceanic guilds, because there are going to be oceanic guilds. That's mostly why those servers are in that higher tier anyways, because they have more presence and coverage. And yeah, like I said, it really just depends on how our oceanics interact with theirs. I mean, we could have like the world's best fucking NA primetime and still do pretty okay, but I don't know, I think maybe with Imperium's kind of constant presence and we get a few others over here, I mean, I don't know, things could look up, but it's all kind of...
Do you wish to plug your website or forum or anything, any messages you have for the viewers out there, Pony?
Oh yeah, I suppose I could. Let's see. WE win every day is the best guild in the universe. By the way, just so you know, you might want to check us out sometime. We got a site. It's WeWinEveryday.com. It's really awesome. It's actually like a multi-game kind of community deal thingamajig. We don't just play Guild Wars. We have like our own private Minecraft server, and we play League of Legends and stupid shit like that sometimes. So I don't know. I would say we're a relatively okay bunch of people to hang out with. There's a few assholes, like, I'm not gonna name any names, but we got like, there's Jason, there's APOC, and Caliburn's a real mean bastard. I mean, he's my co-guild leader. He's a fucking asshole, really. No, he's a sweetheart, but I mean, he's I don't know, special. What can I say? But our Mumble server, though, we have more or less unlimited slots. If you, consider it that. It's privately hosted. The info for that's mumble.wewineveryday.com, and the port is 8008, which is, by the way, I guess leak speak in some way. Boob, I think. Yeah, that was it. It was Boob. That was right. And our Mumble server is technically, public, even though it's privately hosted, but it's public, so anyone can like jump in and just kind of hang out with us if they want to. If they feel like it. I don't know. Ian does from time to time, but he's been a bastard and hasn't really been hanging out with us that much. I'm really kind of upset about that. Ian, do you have anything to say about that?
I've been busy upholding our score in World v World. Just for those who didn't know.
But I think it's really lonely in there, man. I need another really hot, like, Kiwi voice to fap to, and yours is a perfect candidate.
Okay, well, on that note, that's about all the time we have for today.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight, and special thanks to Pony Pancakes for being on the show.
Don't forget to subscribe and comment to our sexy late night show.
Thanks, and see you next time on Late Night Dragonbrand.